And then another thing you mentioned too is just investing in yourself, and how that's when you believe in yourself, you invest in yourself, that pays off as well. So two big gems right there.
Yeah, definitely. And mentorship was something that in the journey that I took when I kind of put music to the side a little bit is something that was huge for me, because that really put me on the path to improve and to really do a cleanup on my mindset side. And, we actually got to meet in person in Nashville in one of the biggest marketing event, right? And I introduced you to, one of my mentors that I had for the online side. And that guy that I introduced to you was really the guy that helped me realign my mind to what's possible. And the life that you have is really a life that you create. You're responsible for everything. And if you want to take the blame game, it's never going to work for you. So it's really important that you approach everything with a positive mindset, and you move forward and really have the belief and the thinking that you're going to be able to achieve what you want to achieve if you truly focus on that, and you already believe that it's happening even before it's happening, kind of thing, right? So I really envision me being in the group, sharing my knowledge, my experience to others, and I'm actually living that right now. So it's pretty crazy. And the law of attraction is really not a joke. Some people are going to say, okay, whatever. I thought for myself that it was a joke for the longest time, but it's actually no joke. And anything that anything that you want to put your mind onto and you focus on that, you're going to attract.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're living proof of it. I am too. I mean, I think the part that people get caught up on is they think that when people talk about that means, I can just sit here and think about something and it's going to happen. It's like, no. Like, that is huge. That's the first step.
That's one little part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the other part that you already mentioned too. It's the implementing, it's the taking action with that belief and understanding that it's going to, take you to where you're trying to go, and the trust that it's going to take. It's that combination is really, what I mean? That's the thing that gets you there. So
exactly.
Man.
So, I mean, you spend money with your time and with actual money, right? And when you pay attention. So, it's very important. That part is really important.
Yeah, no, and I don't want to gloss over that too, that whole mentorship piece too that you talked about, which is huge, which is, for one thing, a mentor can show you that something's possible, like we've talked about. They can show you how to do it. And a lot of times they've already, they've done the thing that you're trying to do, right?
Exactly.
And they've helped other people do the thing that you're trying to do. And so they already know the pitfalls. They know the wrong turns that you're already probably going to make. They know the right direction to go. They already know that. So this person, if you find the right mentor, they've put in, a decade or whatever it is into doing this thing. So now your choice is you can either try to figure it out for a decade, or you can collapse that time down. You can pay them for their time, whether if that's, a coaching program, a course, a book, whatever it is. And now you can actually download that information. You can get that guidance. And instead of spending 10 years, you can figure it out in a year or a month or whatever it is, because that's the power of that mentorship. And that's something that served me, in a huge way. And I know it has for you as well.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of people want to say, I'm going to figure that out myself. I don't need to get some mentorship. Well, it's either you're trying to figure out for the next 10 years of your life, or you minimize that time by learning from someone that has a proven method that actually worked and that showed others how to do it as well with some results, because you can see it with the documentation, and you're going to get to where you want to get a little bit faster than if you try to figure it all by yourself. You know what I mean? So to me, that's truly important.
Bro, exactly right. And it's, sometimes I'll hear people say like, why would you ever pay for any course or information or coaching? Like, it's all on Google, right? And I get it. And like, Google is so powerful. Everybody take advantage of Google, of YouTube. There's so much information. Basically, all the information is out there. But kind of the way that you can also think about that is, the analogy is, going into YouTube and searching for something, or Google and searching for something. It's almost like you're walking into this giant library filled with all the information in the world. And now you could spend the next 10 years digging through all the books to try to figure out which are the good ones, which are the bad ones, test out the thing that you read in this book, see if that works, see if it doesn't. And yes, it's there. And technically that's free because you didn't pay for it. But if you have somebody who can walk you through that process and say, no, don't read those 10 books, just read chapter 1 of this book and chapter 5 of this book, do this step and this step. And now all of a sudden you've collapsed that time. You've essentially saved yourself money as well, because you've bought that course or whatever it is from that mentor. So to me, it's kind of misleading when people are like, oh yeah, you can get it all for free on Google. Like, kind of, but it's not the same thing. You know what I mean? One more thing I just want to say about that too is like, you know, we've been living in the age of information, right? Like, it's crazy. Like, in your phone, you have all the information in the universe at your fingertips, right? Which is nuts. But at the same time, there's a downside to that, really, which is that it's like there's information overload, and there's all this different information. And you might be like, okay, I want to grow my music production business, but I'm hearing a million different ways to do that. You know, this person is telling me to do it this way. This person's doing it this way. I'm seeing somebody else is doing this, so I'm going to maybe try this little thing for a few minutes, and then this little thing and this little thing. And so the information is no longer as valuable as it used to. And now what we're evolving into is an age of insight. And now the information's fine, it's there, it's free, but what's really valuable is insight, meaning what's the information that's valuable to you at this point in your journey that's actually going to move the needle for you. So I'll get off that topic, but to me it's a big one, just because I get frustrated sometimes when people are like, oh yeah, it's all just go on YouTube, you'll learn everything you need to know in the world. Like, not really.
Yeah. I mean, I like the analogy that you made there, like going into a library and then you can get all the information that you want. But I'd rather have someone that guides me through and that brings me to that aisle for this information, that aisle, and that tells me, okay, these are the things that you have to tune into. These are the books. This is the knowledge, so that you can get this result. I'd rather that than try to find my way in the library and try this book, that book, not knowing exactly where to go. So that was a good analogy right there.
Yeah, man, exactly. And again, hey, use Google, use YouTube, explore, find stuff like.
Definitely two of my best friends for sure, though.
Yeah, of course. But if you think that's gonna give, you know, if you think you're gonna become a millionaire or get a platinum plaque or whatever it is that you want just off of that, it's gonna be tough.